It's Thursday. You know what that means. We're back here once again in Samoa Studios with our continued coverage of the Continental Classic as we bring you into this Thanksgiving edition of AEW Collision. We're immediately getting right into the action with Continental Classic round robin block action with the Bastard Pack taking on Speedball Mike Bailey in the Gold League. Once again, folks, welcome to this once again unique conversation, discussion, and rivalry reactions. Hello, everybody, and happy Thanksgiving to all of you that are celebrating it this fine Thanksgiving as we bring you AEW Collision, the continuation of the Continental Classic. You know what this is. I am the cement of the cinema brand, the voice of the rest for a grateful for professional wrestling, damn it, and my name is Noel Foster. Again, you want to dictate the conversation, super chat, pay by the passions. It's truly as simple as that. We got the Bastard patching on Speedball Mike Bailey, both men in their first ever Continental Classic. I hope everyone's had a great meal, great time with their family, a lot of fun, a lot of things to be grateful for and be thankful for as we look, of course, where things stand in the Gold League after Kazuchika Okada and Darby Allin with butt kiss, while Kyle Fletcher and Kevin Knight started with 3. And, of course, in the Blue League, as we saw, John Moxley and Casnolia, of course, spearheads that after their wins over respectively Orange Cassidy and Mascara Dorada. And, of course, I'm never alone in these endeavors. As with me tonight, it is Avatar Man. Continued coverage of the Continental Classic. Walter, happy Thanksgiving to you, and how are you?
I'm good. How are you, man?
I'm tired, but I'm here, I'm full, and I'm okay. And, of course, the Blue League, like I said, John Moxley, Kyle Casnolia lead the way, each with 3 points, while Mascara Dorada and Orange Cassidy each have 0. And, of course, go ahead. Speedball. You were saying? Oh, boy. Speedball. This is going to be fun. Speedball might be, of course, previous challenger for the AEW International Championship, also earning his first ever Continental Classic with a collision singles record of 3-0. And, of course, after Dynamite off the air last night, we saw Jet Speed and other members and participants in the Continental Classic break out in an all-out brawl, as, of course, the Continental Classic will take place for the duration of the year and will culminate at World's End. One of the most competitive tournaments you will see, of course, in modern-day wrestling. For those that don't know, I'll be happy to bring you up with the rules. The Continental Classic has 2 leagues, Gold League and Blue League. Each match of the Continental Classic round robin is 20 minutes long. 3 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, 0 for a loss, and everyone is banned from ringside. If anyone gets involved, they are banned from AEW.
Is Collision an hour or 2 hours today?
I would think it's a regular 2-hour show. As, of course, we have not only this, we also have Kenoki and Cash Cow versus Roderick Strong. FTR's in the building. Mark Briscoe in the building. Bell Rays around the way. Alternative for this contest. And this first round is going to start off fast and furious, of course, with the Bastard Pack versus Speedball Mike Bailey. And, of course, both men very well versed in the agility department, Walter, as we know.
Of course.
Speedball Mike Bailey, former X Division champion, Bastard Pack, former inaugural AEW All-Atlantic champion, Open the Dragon Gate champion. That shot was just a little bit below the belt, I would think. A swing and a miss. And, of course, the Bastard Pack coming off a win against Darby Allin at Full Gear. Those freaking combination kicks by Speedball Mike Bailey. You can do nothing but take them.
Yep, that's all you can do.
And, of course, Bastard Pack, singles action, collision record center. Oh, man. Almost got caught on the ropes. Are landing on the floor. Both men on the outside. Now Pack. And then snap German. Speedball Mike Bailey. Heavy pressure on the lower back, of course, on Speedball Mike Bailey here.
And again, it's a good actual matchup. Is this a first time? This is a first time matchup, right?
Yeah, it's a first time ever one-on-one matchup. That is correct. Irish whip. And Speedball sent into the barricade. And again, you see Pac right now just driving his boot into the front. Again, Walter, as we talked about, there will be no outside interference in this evening's Continental Classic activities. And, of course, this past Saturday night at AEW Full Gear, Bastard Pac beat Darby Allin, Speedball Mike Bailey, and Kevin Knight both involved in the Casino Gauntlet match. It looks like someone's decided to join us for the evening or maybe for an announcement. Let's go ahead and welcome in the spirit of Christmas himself, the Renegade of Wrestling, JJ Williams. JJ, happy Thanksgiving. How are you?
Happy gobble gobble, boys.
I did not know.
I didn't know we were gonna be live, so when I saw you guys on, I was like, "Well, shit, I'm home. Let me pop in."
Well, it's
Yeah.
good to have you in here. I mean, appreciate you, of course. You always get a taste of what's to come here at some of the studios and what's, of course, ahead on your channel. Speaking of a taste, I imagine we'll get a taste of revenge against Derek Garcia. We also have another MXN TV casting call, and Fekla will go one-on-one with Ty Mello. All that and so much more to come tonight as the Continental Classic continues. We'll also hear from our new TNT champion, Mark Briscoe. And of course, folks, it's for the Continental Championship, reigning and defending champion Kazuchika Okada, of course, defending it in this year's tournament. But yeah, JJ, it's good to see you. And of course, the Continental Classic doesn't just happen on Dynamite, it also goes through Collision. Also, tonight we'll have Eddie Kingston versus Katsuyori Shibata. And as we said, we're committed to covering the entire tournament. So at least don't got to worry about this on Saturday night.
I heard y'all say that you were going to cover the entire tournament, but one, I thought you guys were just going to do Dynamite, even though it goes on Collision because nobody watches Collision.
I do.
And two, I didn't think y'all would be working on Thanksgiving. Granted, it's like 8 o'clock where you live, so like the night is winding down, but like it's still early here on the West Coast, so. I didn't think y'all would be doing it here on Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah. I take no days off, and my family shuts things down by 6 p.m. And so, literally, as long as
I'm not going to lie, the mac and cheese just came out of the oven for me.
The mac and cheese came out of the oven for you? Cover 2. Count all it. Go ahead, JJ.
I'm Kevin McAllister right now. I'm literally home alone, so I've got a Hungry Man turkey TV dinner that I'm going to heat up in a little bit, but, you know.
That sounds like good stuff. I mean, I had a little bit of everything. And of course, the Continental Classic brings you a little bit of everything across all styles of professional wrestling. This competitive round robin tournament. Again, folks, here is your field. Bastard Pockets, People My Belly share the same block as Darby Allin, Kyle Fletcher, Kazuchika Okada, and Kevin Knight. While the blue block consists of Kenosi Nikeshka, John Moxley, Kyle Casanoli, freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy, Roderick Strong, Mascara Dorada. And of course, we learned last night John Moxley will go one-on-one against Kyle Casanoli as both men lead the Blue League.
I can't wait till they have to touch each other. And that sounded bad, but you guys know what I meant.
I'm about to say, Walter, we heard Thomas Tony Storm talk about Johnny Boy and Maria Shafir last night. There's nothing compared to that you can say right now that'll be worse than what she said. As of course, we also learn next week, Wednesday, we have a holiday hardcore death match with the Timeless Lomblons versus Maria Shafir and Megan Bang. Winners go on to the finals to take on the Babes of Rap to crown the inaugural AEW Women's Tag Team Championships. Nice round kick by Speedball Mike Bailey. And looking for the running shooting star press. Cover over the far leg. A kick out of 2 by Pac.
Pac doesn't even look like the same dude anymore.
They're completely evolved, no doubt about that. And I wanted to speak on my blood is going to level up in this tournament. Of course, both men in their first ever Continental Classic. Speedball Mike Bailey, former participant in the Best of Super Juniors, though. Sweeping leg to Pac, hard landing on the apron. And now Speedball with the follow-up. Triangle moonsault to the outside.
I believe Speedball and Kevin Knight are in the same side of the bracket, too. So both the Jet Speed are going to have to go toe-to-toe at some point.
At some point, we're going to see the Flight and the Strike go one-on-one as action continues here with this commercial break between Pac and Speedball. Fuck television. Yeah, and JJ, there's a lot of unique matches that I'm definitely looking forward to. Darby Allin, Kazuchika Okada, after Okada's comments got to be rattled since Kyle Fletcher beat him in the opening match of the Continental Classic. Of course, Okada reigning and defending champion. And Kevin Knight's Speedball Mike Bailey, sometimes you really learn a lot about yourself and your partner when you take on your own team. And of course, talking about partners, own teams, Walter can't wait for John Moxley versus Claudio Castagnoli. That will be next week. And I'm curious how Orange Cassidy and Roderick Strong kind of coexist, being part of the conglomeration. Of course, these two fought over the AEW National Championship, and Roderick Strong beat Orange Cassidy for that title. And of course, Kenosi Nikeshka and Kazuchika Okada have their eyes locked on each other as they look to prove who is the better professional wrestler of the modern era. And of course, for those that don't know, the schedule will continue. Next week, again, we have Dynamite followed by Collision at Galaxy Cons. Of course, we will also be covering Ring of Honor Final Battle the prior day before. Then moving into week 3, we go into Winter is Coming in Atlanta, Georgia, as we head across the pond during the holiday season for AEW Dynamite and Collision Holiday Bash. Then back to the States, New York City in the Hammerstein Ballroom for, of course, AEW Dynamite 34th Street and AEW Christmas Collision. As, of course, the semifinals will be the top seed of the Gold League, top seed of the Blue League, second runner-up in the Blue League, second runner-up in the Gold League, and, of course, Blue versus Gold action to determine our finals and, of course, crown the winner of this year's Continental Classic. And those 3 matches will culminate at the end of the year at World's End from Chicago, Illinois, in the Now Arena, December 27th. It's a hell of a schedule.
Can you send me those graphics, dude? Because like I knew about the 34th Street and the Collision Christmas stuff, but I didn't know they had officially announced the holiday bashes and Winter is Coming.
Yeah,
so I need those dates so I can do those for the graphics.
Yeah, I got you. I'll send you those, bros. And of course, like I said, also, we still have, of course, Time Mellow versus Fekla tonight. We're going to hear FTR, the new 3-time WWE Tag Team Champions, the new face of TNT, Mark Briscoe, and also the inaugural AEW National Champion, Ricochet. As we're back here at AEW Collision Thanksgiving Gold League action underway in the Continental Classic. Speedball Mike Belly versus the Bastard Pop. Both men in the high-risk staging. Overhead belly superplex.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
Tossed him halfway towards Canada. Now back on the cover. Back press on the far leg. It's a 2.5. Take a look at the replay here, Walter and JJ. Good grief.
Yeah.
Wire Myers.
Just now getting the replay. You're a couple seconds ahead of me, but it's no big deal. You're doing the play-by-play.
That's all good, JJ. Again, it's welcome to have you here. Like they have Nigel McGuinness, of course, for the collision commentary at times, or Brian Dales interchangeably. We got Tony Giovanni and Excalibur. And again, we're dealing with the Gold League and the Blue League. And of course, JJ, you weren't there for the selection special. So I know you've already kind of pinpointed what you think the finals are going to be, but who you think your wild cards could be in each league, honestly?
That's a good one. I got to look at this screen here. Probably wild card. You think about somebody that normally wouldn't do big things. So I'm going to go with Kevin Knight for the gold bracket and Cassidy for the blue bracket as the wild cards.
And it's interesting, you picked 2 people that are in the Continental Classic for the first time ever. Same thing with these 2 men, as people Mike Billy driving the knees in the Bastard Pack. Crushing the chest cavity of the Bastard.
Yeah, this is what I did for our watch-along graphics, because like I said, I didn't have the Winter is Coming Holiday Bash stuff, so I just made like that.
Okay, that's simple.
And then, like I said, I did have that one, so.
That's pretty. Oh, God. Those Revolution News was very pretty to see, but not for the Pack to take, clearly. And good to see Charles Salt, a longtime friend and supporter here of the Simple Hour Steel. It's good to see anybody here that's tuning in, not in the food coma or thinking about football. As, of course, we're covering the Continental Classic and AEW wrestling for this.
Yeah. Be thankful Walter hasn't eaten yet, because fat boys and food, the itis is like a real thing.
That's fair.
Dude, what the itis catch on quick? Especially, I'm not supposed to eat cheese, but I'm going to eat the mac and cheese. I don't give a damn.
That mac and cheese is always the favorite dish here. And of course, Pac's looking to serve a victory as the Death Raps to go 3 for 3 so far in the Continental Classic. Both these men right now just changing a boot and a foot to the face. A running foot by Speedball. Pac with the jumping boot forward.
Jesus.
And both men.
I remember when Pac was
get it down.
I remember when Pac was as small as Speedball Mike Bailey. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, about to say, though, both men drove each other to opposite sides of the ring. And again, JJ, these will be pure one-on-one contests. There is no outside interference or anybody allowed at ringside. If anyone gets involved, they are banned from AEW. I love that.
That is the one thing I like about the C2 and the Continental Championship.
And it truly comes down to the better wrestler. Either you're smarter or you're stronger or you're more resilient. I have yet to see a count-out victory, though, taken in the Continental Classic so far this year. And I do
I like how
wonder
many.
if there
I
might
like
be
how
a
many
specific,
teams or factions are in here because it's really truly,
right?
yeah.
Don
Especially the
Callis
Don Callis
family,
family. It's gonna
Don
be super
Callis family,
dysfunctional.
Death Riders, Jet Speed, conglomeration all throughout this year's Continental Classic. And boom, there's the rabbit down the outside.
Yeah, that's
Oh
going to
my!
be interesting when Roddy and Orange Cassidy have to fight each other because Roddy's not really conglomeration. Kyle O'Reilly is. So Roddy's kind of been like associated, but he doesn't seem to have the same loyalty. So is he going to pull punches on Cassidy or is he going to look to like make an example of him? It's going to
I
be
don't know.
interesting when those two fight each other.
Yeah, and I feel like the
Here.
faces are more likely to be like, "Hey, this is part of the tournament handshake.
Oh,
We can get drinks after." The heels are like, because their attitude, their cockiness get in the way. Like that's interesting when the heels have to do it.
rebound German suplex. That wasn't interesting. That was devastating against the announce table. A speedball bent up and over like an accordion on the floor, and Pop might be looking for a count out.
That's crazy. I just got the replay of it. That is nuts.
Take a look at the way Speedball landed. High angle on the head and shoulders.
Jesus.
Pac would be the one. Pac would be the one to take a count out victory too.
Up to 7. Referee Paul Turner so far. We're up to 8. Speedball needs to make his way back in. Lost his footing. Up to 9. Speedball, find your bearings, man.
Yo!
Counted. That's like 12 already. What the fuck are we doing?
Yo, hold on. How did he keep his balance when he did that?
Now, technically, isn't it like one part of your body has to break contact underneath the bottom rope?
Yeah, but technically he was on the top rope.
Well, either way, I guess that still counts as Speedball to the high risk district. Might be looking for an ultimate weapon to seal his first 3 points. And Pat is out of the way. Speedball able to scout it. Nobody holding overhead throw into the corner.
Pac doesn't want to be the first Death Rider to have no points because both John Maxley and Claudio got 3 points.
And Pac right now with, oh man, got caught with a high kick.
Jesus.
The time adventure sending Pac back in time when he was fitter, JJ. He was delivering that pumping bomber, that running momentum lariat. And Speedball right now might be looking for another. Nope. Pac able to duck underneath. Now the schoolboy, the roll off the bridge, the cover. And play. No, he didn't. So close. Oof. All the body weight across the legs. That was impressive. Speedball letting on his feet. And now Speedball with a poison rana.
I knew that was coming. The way he jumped on him.
Mm-hmm.
This has been a hell of a striking affair of the kicking variety for both of these men. Now Speedball looking for the tornado kick in the corner and connects.
Bro, Speedball is like this generation's 1, 2, 3 kid. I'm telling you.
And again, Pop trying to roll away. Speedball looking for ultimate weapon. Needs first crash into the canvas. And now
That's
Pop
strike
right
2
now.
for the Speedball.
And Pop from 0 to 100. Pumping bomber.
Dude,
Jesus.
how much effort he put into that clothesline.
And the whiplash effect against the head, shoulders, and neck. Immediately into the brutalizer. Speedball limiting capacity. And that is it. Pac on the board with 3 points in his first match, his first Continental.
Did he even tap or he verbally just said I quit? Because
I think he's incapacitated, dude. I doubt.
It is so nice to see someone resurrect the reigns of Saturn.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Actually witness it.
That was my submission when I wrestled. I called it solitary confinement.
How fitting considering the implications of this match. There you see the leaderboard, guys. Pac joins Kyle Fletcher and Kevin Knight for 3 points so far, while Speedball joins Okada and Darby at 0 after their first match.
Wait a minute, Kevin Knight beat Darby Allin?
Yep. Clean, too.
That's crazy. Like, you would have thought Darby would have taken that one.
That was the one that I thought, JJ. I predicted it. That was going to be the draw. Like, the way they did it.
Ooh.
Okada and Pac next week.
Running it back from AEW Dynasty for the Continental Championship.
Okada needs it, too.
And Walter's point, all 3 Death Riders so far are 1-0.
Okada definitely needs to win because he already is behind.
I thought that would have been your most surprising match to a con. Speaking of the Death Riders, we go backstage with Dan Garcia, prepares to once again lock horns with Daddy Magic to put away his past.
I appreciate everything you've done for me.
Yeah, go ahead, Walter. Get the transcript. Thank you, brother.
One last time. Love won't be in vain. You've been through for every tournament, the TNT Championship. When I come through you, I'm going for that title. Well, we know his plans. Moxie's face.
John Moxley seems to agree with the plan. We'll see if that plan comes to fruition. Again, the Continental Classic is brought to you by the Simple Lava Studios. Noah Foster, Walter Cruz, Regular Wrestling Jersey Williams. We're happy to bring you the entire coverage of this year's tournament, a first-time ever endeavor, courtesy of the Simple Lava Studios for our love professional wrestling. Before we cover all the biggest shows, previews and specials across WWE, NXT, AEW, TNA, ROH, Independent Motions, Coming Out Limited to HOG, GCW, JCW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, and Japanese Motions, and more. We got a commercial break. Fuck television.
Rinse it off. I keep getting that commercial, but I actually like that commercial's funny as hell to me.
Look. Listen, I still do not care about freaking public endorsement for advertisement. But anyway. All right. Well, I've got a moment to breathe. Again, JJ, to Walter's point, he was surprised with the very first match of this Continental Classic. Kyle Fletcher beat Okada again.
Yeah, that's surprising too. I thought that would have gone to a time limit draw or something.
Something!
Especially since I've got Okada versus Takeshita in the finals. Like we've seen the tension building between those two for a while.
Yes.
And I think the best way to like really kick that into gear going into the new year, into Wrestle Kingdom, into all that stuff would be for them to meet in the finals of this tournament.
Well, considering that, of course, Kenoto Takeshita is booked for the Tokyo Dome, Jerry Ford defend against Yota Tsuji in the main event, defending the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, while Kazuchika Okada will be part of the Aces final match of Legend's career. We run back Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Kazuchika Okada in the fastest-selling Wrestle Kingdom of all time. Both men have a huge implications on their shoulders for momentum going into the new year. But I do understand your point. Go ahead, Walter.
The cherry on top is that Okada can't even come and like mess up Takeshi's matches or interfere because the way the collision rules are, he can't do anything. So, like, if it was typical, he can come out, cost Takeshi. That way, they both be at 0 points and still meet up anyways. But he can't do anything about it. Otherwise, he risks getting fired.
And also, again, there is no Death Rider shenanigans. These matches are pure one-on-one contests. And to the point last night, John Moxley, he won with a darts choke against Mascara, modifying his submission offense.
He did a reverse darts choke. It's very hard to pull that off.
Considering he's formerly trained in MMA, I mean, again, we're seeing John Moxley in his purest wrestling form. That would be the most dangerous man, considering he was a finalist in the inaugural Continental Classic. And Clark has always been involved in all three Continental Classics. And again, folks, here are the rules in case you didn't hear them or see them. 20 minutes per match, 3 points for a win, 1 point for a draw. Everyone's banned from ringside. If someone gets involved, they are banned from AEW. You're basically fired. And this has been the integrity of this tournament since its inception, 2023, due to the severity of the consequence, which I absolutely love. Realistic one-on-one competitive contests where the better man wins or outsmarts the other. And of course, so far we've seen Kyle Fletcher rogue Kazuchika Okada. We saw Kevin Knight UFO splash Darby Allin, John Moxley incapacitate Mascara Dorada, and Clark Hasnoi Swiss uppercut to death Orange Cassidy. As we go backstage to the former AEW World Tag Team Champion.
Yeah, I just got back, so I think we're in sync, Noah. Because sometimes when we go to commercials, it gets out of sync. I don't know why.
And coast time. Let's hear what Bandito and Brody King have to say. You wonder if they're going to go their separate ways for now. And it's because of me. But I feel proud. Bandito. He's Maria Mano. Coming out of fight. I'll never stop fighting. Next time I'm fighting for titles. Mano. I would not let that happen again. You know, I'm not got CR. That's not the only thing that keeps me alive. You're right, you are my brother. And I'm proud of what we were to do these last few months. And that's not over. It doesn't have to be over. Rodito. Very last time.
There we go.
And next Friday, of course, you are still a champion. As of course, Bandito will be defending his Ring of Honor World Championship at Ring of Honor Final Battle.
It would have been interesting after they lost the tag titles if they both were in this tournament.
Classic. Yeah, well, I mean, Brody King was previously involved in it. He was involved in the inaugural one, but again, both men taking their careers in a different direction. And of course, still emotional after the loss, an incredible tag title match against FTR. And of course, we have Excalibur that begins with Giovanni on commentary tonight for this edition of Thanksgiving Collision and the continuation of the Continental Classic Tournament. And Charles Schultz and his thoughts here. Knowing we are going to get Mox vs. Claudio again next week. We know that now. Mox vs. Pac. Well, that could happen actually. The top seed of the gold faces the runner-up of the blue. The top seed of the blue faces the runner-up of the gold. As the top two scorers of each block will move forward to the semifinals at World's End. Ooh, a Survivor of the Fittest match is back next week, Friday. For the Ring of Honor World Championship this time, Sammy Guevara, Commander, Beast Mortos, Blake Christian, and Bandito all for the gold. As we got a Death Rider theme here, so that means it's time for Derek Garcia to take on Daddy Magic and put away his past once for all, in his opinion.
I'm so tired of this damn theme already.
I'm so tired of this theme. That's funny. We saw, of course, Daddy Magic prevent Derek Garcia's chances of becoming the inaugural AEW National Champion when they had their fallout continue during that Casino Gauntlet. And Derek Garcia, former TNT champion, of course, joined the Death Riders just literally prior, of course, to Wrestle Dream. And of course, we saw the sour grapes of Derek Garcia last week on Collision when he assaulted Daddy Magic after their loss in Blood and Guts. No one holds him about this technician anymore, Red Death. And of course, this is not a Continental Classic match, so don't be surprised if the Death Riders get involved here. We'll see how much Jon Moxley trusts Daniel Garcia in this. Oh, man. So much stuff. All the wrestling. It looks like Jon Moxley is actually going to join them on commentary. JJ, what have you thought about Daddy Magic and Daniel Garcia's connection and relationship in AEW and how it's really unraveled since he joined the Death Riders? I mean, we've seen kind of like this father-son type mentality and relationship with these two since their inception. That's been all tossed to the wayside because Daniel Garcia, simply put, he didn't want to be considered a loser anymore. He considered the Death Riders a mentality where even when you are defeated, you still keep fighting. What's your thoughts on all that?
See, I'm probably the wrong person to ask because I didn't watch when the fallout happened. All I can say is that I've always been a fan of Daddy Magic and Cool Hand Ange. You know, whether you want to call it a father-son or big brother, little brother relationship between Daddy Magic and Daniel Garcia, it does suck to see it splinter. But, you know, there were tensions between them going back because if you remember, Danny Magic hated Danny Garcia in the dance. Eventually he came around to it, but now, you know, they're split up for good. So it can only benefit Daniel Garcia.
I mean, Daddy Magic has literally told Daniel Garcia to man up to me, Danny. Is this really what you are now? Is this really who you've become? And there you go and see the official JJ, as I pointed out, December on 34th Street in Christmas Collision, December 20th and 21st in the Hammerstein Ballroom in New York City.
Yeah, see, that I knew about. I assume Collision is going to air on Christmas Day that week, like we're actually getting Collision on Thanksgiving Day this week.
It wouldn't surprise me. And it looks like AEW is going to take up residency in Arlington, Texas once again in the start of the new year with Collision. Then they're going to toast Oklahoma for Dynamite, literally the Wednesday after Wrestle Kingdom. as you still see the upcoming dates and towns coming up for AEW Dynamite. Get some affordable wrestling in your life if you want to go live. And right now, Daddy Magic mounting Daniel Garcia in the corner, teeing off here. Of course, Daddy Magic's mostly been on commentary due to bad ribs, as of course we've seen those ribs heavily bandaged up in the past. But of course, Daddy Magic is fueled on teaching Daniel Garcia a lesson. Which is
Oh, well, look down. The wife is on it now.
The Irish whip. And, oh, man. Yep, that runs in the family, apparently. As of course, we did learn, to Walter's point, next week, Wednesday on Dynamite, we will be calling the continuation of the AEW Women's Tag Championship Tournament as Timeless Toys for me and Shirakawa, the Forever Love Bombs, will take on Marina Shafir and Megan Bayne in the semifinals in a holiday hardcore death match, where the winner will go on to face the Bears of Wrath in the finals to crown the inaugural AEW Women's Tag Team Champions.
So Walter doesn't get his bedroom brawl, whatever it was that he wanted?
No, but I'm sure he'll still be satisfied nonetheless. I'm just figuring out right now who's more violent, who intrigues me more, Marina Shafir or Timeless Tony Storm.
All I know is if it's a holiday hardcore match, somebody better get hit by a Christmas tree. I'm just saying.
As long as the Christmas tree isn't made out of barbed wire for tinsel. Not that I'm giving anybody ideas. I imagine going inside the ring, not getting a chair and play. Of course, this is a regular one-on-one match. This is not a death match. This is not no disqualification. Get that coming off the screen. Daddy Magic right now just being brained with these headbutts and these rising knee strikes by Daniel Garcia.
Okay, so it's a death match next week with Tony, Mina, Marina, and Megan.
Correct.
If Megan or Marina don't beat the shit out of one of the good girls with something and shout out ho, 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 they've missed the butt.
Oh, bloody hell, JJ. There's a definition why JJ has always been on the naughty list.
Look, it is Christmas time and they are the timeless love bombs.
And Daniel Garcia has busted Daddy Magic open as we're seeing red, and it's not the type of red you see on a candy cane. And Daddy Magic bounced back into this. Stay tuned. This commercial break. Fuck television.
They better smash some ornaments on each other's heads. They better go all out.
That you're about to say, forget this is Timeless Toy Story.
Oh my God! I just thought what Tony can do. She's gonna smash up some ornament glass and then put it on her fist, tape it to her fist. Watch.
I mean, we're talking about Mina Shirakawa, who suggested a Taipei death match. Mina has turned into a violent bitch thanks to Tony Storm. And I
bet you they do that. They're gonna smash the ornaments up and then tape it to their fist.
Oh,
I just want Mina Shirakawa under my Christmas tree come Christmas morning.
JJ! Bloody hell, go get an autograph, you freaking goober. I'm surrounded by buffoons.
I will when we get to Vegas.
Well, that's still up for debate, whether you're going to freaking hit the jackpot or go bankrupt or even make it there. Double or nothing. We'll find out soon enough. And again, folks, stay tuned. We'll be covering WrestleMania All-Star under 50 Club, blah, 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 2-night extravaganza next year from the Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. That's pretty much become an all-star part-timer show lately in that place. And of course, tomorrow night we'll be back with Survivor Series, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, following SmackDown here at Samoa Studios, with our coverage to come the following day ahead of the Saturday shenanigans. Salisbury Wrestling, JJ Williams, if not me, which seems to be more of a regular thing, apparently. And again, that's all ahead here in the short run here at Samoa Studios. You will also see Walter and JJ eventually covering week 2 of Gold Rush ahead of deadline from their NXT. Stay tuned.
Yes, that'll be this Saturday. Walter, are we doing it at 11 a.m. or at high noon?
High noon would be better.
Okay.
You want to make that? You're gonna make that official?
It is official. Yes, that way we can get it in and done before Survivor Series begins.
Fair enough. All right, I respect that take.
Especially since our countdown has been canceled, as I'm sure you saw in the group chat. So
I did. Prayers are passions, though. Mad respect. It also means I get to sleep in more. Yay.
So we're able to get all that shit in.
Lee wants to know what was on the menu for you. Was it all traditional?
Pretty much green bean casserole, sweet potatoes, mac and cheese, turkey, dinner rolls, deviled eggs, and then for dessert it was our strawberry banana cheesecake fruit salad, a peach cobbler, and a vanilla pudding cake.
Oh
God
my god,
damn. And
that's a
you ate,
lot.
hold up, Walter. You ate all of that and you still skinny as fuck?
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. Where do you put it?
Down my throat, and right now, Derek Garcia is trying to send a proverbial message down Danny Magic's throat. This submission. He is scared from Rebecca at AEW Collision Thanksgiving. Now,
Daddy
Magic
Magic looks like he raided Kevin Nash's closet.
Right?
Like some of his old Wolfpack pants.
He's not fueled
Exactly.
by do so. He's fueled by revenge, and he's got Derek Garcia trapped in all holes, a Boston crab.
Yep, we're down in Boston all of a sudden.
I don't even know where they're at here tonight. I know they were in Nashville, Tennessee on Wednesday. As Derek Garcia does find a way to force the break. I think they are still in
Wait,
Nashville.
when did he start bleeding? That wasn't before the break,
Oh,
right?
prior to
Yeah.
commercial break. He
Just
really
before the
busted him open.
break, he got busted.
Oh, I didn't notice.
This goes back to the animosity that these two have towards each other since the fallout with the Death Riders.
At least he matches his pants now.
Oh! Garcia dropping Matt Menard with a DDT on the floor. And this affair cannot wait for this coming Wednesday on Dynamite. For all the wrong reasons and right reasons. I like violence. Anyway, Danny Magic right now down on the floor. Of course, this is AEW name. We all know him as Matt Menard, but Danny Magic has always been the entertaining commentary personality here. And Garcia apparently does not want a count out, looking to exact further punishment here. And of course, everybody's been blaming all this on Jon Moxley. Everyone's been putting this on Jon Moxley, saying he has so much pretty much to take away from AEW. And Danny Magic is being driven into that partition on the announce table. Get out of the way, Nigel McGuinness. Oh, jeez. I don't know if Jon Moxley necessarily has been better for Daniel Garcia's career, but it's definitely taken it in a different direction.
Am I the only one that actually would kind of like to see Excalibur have a match in AEW?
Right?
About to say, I don't, those days are long. Those days are
But you got to remind people where he came from, that he's not just a commentator with a mask.
Well, even PWG,
You know, give me something with him and Commander hologram, some kind of lucha style mask.
You almost wonder if Excalibur can actually do any of that anymore. That running drop can be in the steel ring steps, though. That might be the end of this match.
Shouldn't that be a DQ?
Technically, no, because we've seen before, as long as you don't literally use the weapon by your hand, it's not considered a disqualification. We've seen it countless times before with steel steps and tables. Just saying.
Dude, this is AEW. It's only a disqualification when it needs to be a disqualification.
Right?
Tell me the same thing when WWE doesn't do that same rule. And right now, Stephon Smith starting his 10 count. Last I checked, as long as you don't use the steel steps by hand, you're not disqualified, no matter what company you're in.
Let's see if this referee past kindergarten can count to 10.
Well, now if Danny Magic can break in by 9, which he did. Gotta say, the day that a count out actually leaves a person down in a wrestling match, the day you know that they literally lost the will to continue.
Should have happened with Speedball.
But I think it happened with Bronson. Didn't it happen with Bronson? That's how he lost his match.
Well, to be fair, when you're that heavy, it's extremely difficult to get up from the floor to the apron. The fist up and the dance showing Daniel Garcia's pass. Schoolboy roll up by Matt Menard too. Oh, very close there. Well, pawn strikes now by Red Dev, former PWG, ROH Pure, nothing pure about him now, and TNT champion.
I believe he technically is still the PWG champion. I think he was the last champion.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
I'll be damned.
I don't think he ever lost it. They just kind of quietly closed doors because Super Dragon's girlfriend, wife, whatever, was having medical issues, so he couldn't book the promotion anymore.
That's sad.
So Daniel Garcia, I don't think ever lost the title.
Oh, he's just Bulldog choke that Mount Maxley uses.
And right now, I think Matt Menard is going to sleep. And it's not for a food coma. It's literally losing oxygen to the brain. Night. That's it. Daniel Garcia wins.
Nah, he's got the itis.
It's a different itis, JJ, in my opinion.
He ate too much turkey.
Well,
And
that's
so-
about to
so-
that's professional. That's an amateur.
So, out of curiosity, if PWG were to ever reopen its doors, his title reign would still be considered like consistent. So
I would
he'd
say so.
surpass Roman Reigns, he'd surpass Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
God, who knows how long until they reopen? He could end up passing Bruno Sammartino.
That'd be crazy. Yeah, here Daniel Garcia right now just jaw jacking Dave Magic.
You've actually got me curious now, Noah. Hold on.
Yeah, about to say you're gonna go look up that statistic. Well, Death Rider 2 straight wins tonight and 4 straight wins overall in the last 24 hours. Oh,
Dude,
wait.
why does my Max keep jumping around? Briscoe came out for me.
Yep, I got the new TNT champion on my screen, and Mark Briscoe, Daniel Garcia have a long history as well. Not to mention, Daniel Garcia won that TNT championship at last year's Full Gear.
He just told
Daniel
Briscoe before the
Garcia-
match.
Daniel Garcia won the belt May 1st, 2022. He has been champion for 1,298 days.
Jesus Christ almighty.
So he's like almost at Roman Reigns status.
That's bonkers to say. Speaking of bonkers, let's hear what Mark Briscoe has to say. I love
Only
hearing
a-
this redneck.
Only a bonkers person understands what he says.
That's fair. Doesn't mean you can't try and interpret it. Maybe
Let me
give us a
get-
word today.
Let me get Mark Briscoe and Ultimate Warrior cutting a promo against each other.
Well, at least I know one's actually more sane than the other.
And Iron Sheik.
Now, here on the day, on the giving up thanks, they would be in the great city of Nashville. I love this man. And I am faithful and humble to be your TNT champion. That's right. He's the face of WBD. I love it.
You deserve a chance of breaking out now.
He fucking earned it, dude. No denying that. And Moxley going
What
on
is
the ring
Moxley
right now.
whispering?
You can only imagine what that Death Rider is thinking. Think of what you did, because I had a hard time trying to decide who's going to be my first opponent. What? Are you going to be going for the TNT title? Yeah, heal yourself.
No ducking, no dodging.
You hear no more. All right. Preach! Don't let your mouth run a shit that your ass can't cash. Then we bow these WWE.
Why is he saying his Thanksgiving dinner order?
I mean, hey, it's Thanksgiving, right?
Gotta stay away from Devil.
He's practicing Nick Ferrantes,
Right? Exactly.
I'd rather hear him
the
than Nick
Canadian
Ferrantes,
king
with all
of
due
food.
respect. I'm going to devour your ass, John boy. Give me this match next week. Give me this match next week.
Right? I can't let my son go near devil eggs. It's more gas than freaking sicko if he eats some devil eggs.
That's a generic problem, I think, right there.
Yeah, that's an eggs thing.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's an allergic reaction. Either way, Mark Briscoe looking to be the antidote to this Death Rider vendetta that Daniel Garcia has fully consumed, as it looks like Mark Briscoe caught Daniel Garcia to be his first challenger for the TNT Championship.
And it looks like Briscoe's got a new championship. Check out the camo strap there.
Presented by Orange Cassidy himself of the conglomeration.
That's a cool looking custom title. I know
I
that.
love that title. And of course, with a Briscoe, you know it had to be camo. Come on now.
Hey, nothing's gonna fuck with Scorpio Sky's Lakers championship.
I do agree
though.
about that.
And I can't even stand the Lakers. Like, I am a Lakers hater, but that belt was gorgeous.
How you feel about Ricochet holding that gorgeous AEW National Championship, being the biggest Philadelphia Eagles fan in the country?
It looks like the NWA championship.
It's literally an NWA World Television Championship. Fuck up.
Lack of originality. Anyways,
Yeah, I'm about to say this is the wrestling business.
Ricochet has done great things since coming to AEW.
Oh, I definitely
So
agree.
I'm not going to hate on the fact that he was given this opportunity. It would be very easy to sit here and hate on Ricochet, but dude has proved his point. So
Yes.
I'm not gonna hate on him.
And look, it's better not to hate. It's better to appreciate. All right.
Now this Timu version of Gorillas of Destiny, that's a whole other story.
Yeah, that I agree with. All right. And besides, where's the Gorillas of Destiny? I haven't seen them since New Japan. I'm just saying.
They ain't calling themselves that, but they're there. They're there.
Mm-hmm.
Just because they've been using Hikuleo more doesn't mean that they're not around.
Yeah, Cerulean Blue has nothing on the fucking. Never mind. I'm not going there. Anyway. Ricochet today is going to be a champion that was set a new tone here in AEW.
Say what you about Ricochet, but he earned me the little points because I picked him.
I hate you for that, by the way. Damn it. Damn it. Two of the best decisions ever made was aligning himself with Bishop Khan and Toliona. But it's through them.
I want to see him defend this thing in CMLL.
Well, again, that title will be defended in CMLL, ROH, and New Japan. And we learned at Ring of Honor that will be defended at Ring of Honor Final Battle.
Wait, who's he defending it against?
Opponent yet to be named. Ricochet looks like he's going to go celebrate for Thanksgiving as we go inside the ring with Tony Schiavone. I respect Tony Schiavone. 50 years in this damn business. And of course, you know now, JJ, we have crowned brand new World Tag Team Champions.
Yep. Saw that coming.
It was a hell of a way to the finish. Talk about bringing a revival back to the classic. I haven't seen a match that competitive since their wars with DIY and American Alpha. But indeed, FTR are now 11-time Tag Team Champions of illustrious career and 3-time AEW World Tag Team Champions.
By the time it's said and done for them, they're probably going to rival the Dudleys with how many titles they win.
You're probably right. Hard to argue FTR's in the Tag Team in 2025.
Maybe on the mainstream.
Yeah, mainstream.
Maybe on the mainstream.
Mainstream love is what I mean, JJ.
But I honestly would give YDNP busting the brain the edge over FTR.
They gotta go up against them though to truly stake their claim, in my opinion. But I do agree as far as independents go, they definitely have been killing it. Of course, I know them as Young, Dumb, and Broke when they were the threesome. Anyway, it looks like Small Stoke has a mic.
JJ, I called it too. As soon as these two, I said they're going to win the titles, and then Adam and Christian are going to get back together. They're going to be the ones to get the titles from them in Canada. Watch.
We'll see what happens next year in Toronto. We still have to get through 2025, guys. You cannot predict the future or create it without it happening. You got to live in the damn present, too. Although, the last thing I want to hear is this gnat right now in a ring.
Gnat. Jeez, that's a little harsh, but I'll stop you when you're telling lies.
About to say. Thank you, JJ. See if he actually says anything worthwhile. In the meantime, you got to consider what they're going to do with December before Edge and Christian return, because you know there's a whole tag division that definitely have been against FTR's actions as of late. Of course, Jet Speed is involved in the Continental Classic, so won't be them. We're from Nashville in North Carolina. I mean, Stoke did take the bullet at Saturday night. I will give him that. Really humbled. Privilege to introduce the 11th time. Look at this crocodile too. freaking. WWE Tag Team Champions. Good grief. What a ringing endorsement. Oh, wait, what? Uh-oh. Lights went out. Guns up for a team that beat FTR prior to Full Gear. Comes the Bang Bang Gang, who's $200,000 richer. Austin Gunn and Juice Robinson do a tag team win over FTR. And of course, the Guns are former AEW tag team champions, and the Bang Bang Gang are former trios champions. I think I got my question answered, and I didn't even think about it. I mean, I would consider them at the top of the list, JJ. You pinned the new chance prior to the fact. You gotta be in the conversation.
Definitely. Dude, now Juice Robinson looks like he belongs in the 1980s.
Well, at least he doesn't look at the honeycomb, kid. And yeah, get out of the way, kid. Let the adults speak. This is where I'd last see the pin FTR in this ring. First one's graduate you for being a limited time World Tag Team Champions. Respect. Accurate. Guns up. And Jude stand like from Dax. Just because FTR is the greatest tag team of all time doesn't mean we all want to hear again. We get it. You're the best. You're better than Rock and Roll. You're better than Man Express. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to take anything away from you. We know how good you are. But last week, the Bang Bang Gang won $200,000, and they did in a four-way tag. A little bit of green, but we want a little bit of gold, too. Green and gold go together. 2 weeks ago, the Bang Bang Gang beat FTR right here in the middle of this ring. That's right, on Collision. No, that wasn't the first thing that happened, was it? No, it wasn't. It has, actually, with different partners, but nonetheless, he's right. They have beat FTR before. Juice is not jogging around. You're saying he promises it's going to happen again. Don't care where, don't care when. All we care about, all the Bang Bang cares about is when it's time that FTR face the Bang Bang Gang, that those titles are on the line.
World's End.
I can see it. Wow, they really did not want to hear him. You know what? And maybe, just maybe, next time, I don't care if it takes an hour, maybe next time, it's the Bang Bang Gang's time. And of course, I'll say he's fighting for his brother that's sitting at home. Fighting for Jay White. Man, do I miss the Switchblade. And the fighting for everybody in the arena who rocks with the Bang Bang Gang. If you're not done with that, we got 2 words for you. Guns up! Well, a hell of a statement by the Bang Bang Gang, who sets FTR's numbers on numerous occasions, shutting the champs up tonight and halting what would have been a very exhausting celebration. World's End for a shout out, though, JD. I can definitely see that happening because they literally might be FTR's end before a new beginning. They've done it before. Can they do it again? But coming up next, strike a pose if you choose, as MXN TV has a casting call to return to AEW Collision. Fuck television.
I don't care about an MXM TV casting call. What I care about is Noah by Elegance.
Look, that's never going to happen. All right, you all can give up on that trope. It's never going to happen. And again, Safet also with us, guns up. So that being said, I've got a moment to breathe. JJ, I want to get your thoughts now lately on what's been developing the AEW Women's Tag Team Championship Tournament. Of course, we did just talk about where the tournament stands and what is ahead. We know one half of our finalists now are the Babes of Wrath, which I think nobody had at first and probably was a major bracket buster, but it is what it is, as the saying goes, that I got in my living room. And again, we got 3 very dynamic, one of a kind, brought together tag teams in the running now for the gold. The originals are out. So I got to ask your thoughts. Who do you think right now is going to face the Babes around from the finals? Do you got an early prediction between Tony and Mina and Bane and Shafir, knowing we're getting a holiday hardcore death match? And of course, the last time we saw these forming together, Shafir and Bane made Mina Shirakawa pass out in mother's milk while being whipped like a government meal with a title. Now they got free range to do that again and then some.
Well, there was Nick's theory, I think it was, about Tony and Mina going through Megan and Marina and then getting to the Sisters of Sin in the final, kind of a payback for what went down at Blood and Guts.
Right.
Clearly, the Sisters of Sin didn't make it to the finals now.
Which shocked the Jesus out of me.
So that makes me wonder, as much as I would love to see gold around Mina's torso,
Good man.
I think the story of this is going to go back to the Death Riders. And it's Willow overcoming Marina. Because you need a heel team to face the Babes of Wrath. Tony and Mina aren't heels. They can be violent, they can be vicious. As pointed out numerous times, Mina wanted a Taipei death match. They some crazy bitches.
I love them for that.
But they're not heels. We need a heel team. So I think Megan and Marina get what by and large people would call the upset here. Especially since Marina was a last-minute addition, because it was supposed to be the Megasis and Penelope Ford.
And of course, Penelope Ford is on definitely an injury, in case you folks don't know, due to a torn UCL. I wish her the absolute best in her recovery on behalf of the Super Reliable Studios. Well, to your point, though, Willow did say she will be the biggest problem for the Death Riders, and we haven't seen that picked up since Double or Nothing at Anarchy in the Arena. But
and I've been saying for a minute that Moxley's excommunication is going to happen at World's End. World's End is where his world is going to come crashing down.
So
I think if Marina eats the L in the finals,
right,
allowing the Babes of Wrath to become champions, then you excommunicate the 2 original members.
That's a fair point. I do understand what you're saying, but it really, for me, comes down to next week what happens with Jon Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli. And these matches can go to a draw. So if it goes to a draw, is either man proving a point when it comes to the Death Riders? I don't know. I'm very curious how this goes. And meanwhile, let's go back to the 80s with the Others! Okay, this makes me a little happy. Grand Theft Auto 6 might be delayed till next year in November, but this November, we're graced with the Outrunners this Thanksgiving, taking on the MXN Collection. Turbo Floyd and Truth Magnums making Vaporwave, visors, and neon colors cool again, alongside Dalton Castle. Might be future Ring of Honor 6-man tag team champions. I never thought that I would need that Dalton Castle and the Outrunners could work so well as a trio. Beyond bizarre, but it just works. Dalton Castle, former Ring of Honor World Champion, by the way. Outrunners, former challengers for the AEW Tag Team Champions against the Hurt Syndicate at Revolution. JJ right now is silent because he has no idea what to make of this kerfuffle.
I don't know what kerfuffles me more, Noah.
Please do.
The sight of the Outrunners with Dalton Castle, the sight of his boys, or the fact that Massey and Mansoor are dressed as the fucking Cowardly Lion and the Tin Man. I'm not sure which kerfuffles me more.
Would you say that something wicked this way comes because music star Michael Way in the audience tonight, apparently? Oh my God. AEW, so damn weird.
I mean, did Jomo and Taya not get the memo here? Because they're not Scarecrow and Dorothy.
I got nothing. I don't know.
I mean, I get the shameless plug here because, you know, Wicked and everything being the hot thing right now, but like, come on, y'all, let's go big or go home.
Well, I mean, hey,
not flake.
MXN Collection getting a big win here against, you know, Dalton Castle and the Outriders could do big things for them and their new cologne. I mean, because they've been trying to endorse that cologne ever since they made it, trying to sell their seed. Aubrey Edwards rings the bell for this impromptu contest. I say impromptu in the kind of sense, to say the least, as Valkyrie used as a weapon against Dalton Castle. And I'm pretty sure Dalton enjoyed that seat, despite the fact he may be of the opposite breed. Who knows? Different type of birds in these matches right now.
Look, I don't care what your sexual orientation is.
Yeah, me neither.
When a posterior the size of Taya Valkyrie's lands on your junk, you're going to show some emotion. And we'll just, that's probably the most PG, polite way I can put it.
I respect the fact you're trying to keep it a little civil. And I honestly have to unfortunately say, I agree. He's not wrong. Look, I may be a simple man, but I can understand when it comes to what people deem noteworthy to happen for themselves, besides Mansoor striking a pose as the Cowardly Lion, which I don't know if that's a Kodak moment or a nightmare. You tell me.
Look, I have seen some interesting Oz portrayals before.
I'm sure you have.
These two are not the worst I have ever seen.
Dag. Well, how many different renditions of The Wizard of Oz have you seen? Not called Wicked, not on Peacock, and not done by a cartoon. I'm just saying.
Well, look, I still haven't seen Wicked. I am gonna check that out though. But obviously, I've seen the original Judy Garland Wizard of Oz.
Of course, that's the OG. Even I've seen that when I was once a wee lad. Continue.
I have seen Disney's Return to Oz from the 80s with Jan Firuza Balk as Dorothy. I have seen I want to say it was a UK TV movie called The Witches of Oz. Which actually featured Al Snow in a brief role as the Gnome King. I have seen Oz the Great and Powerful, the Disney prequel that kind of told the story of how the Wizard of Oz came to Oz. I've seen the ABC series Once Upon a Time that had a whole story arc with the Wizard of Oz and everything.
That's it. And as JJ talks about a movie involving a twister, the Banger Rain sends Monsieur and the MXN Collection back to Ring of Honor commercial break. Congratulations to the Outriders of Dalton Castle.
Those I think are the only like official, but then of course there's been plays and stuff, you know. High school plays, that type of thing.
Yeah, the Broadway live, what you call it, live, the recreation rendition. I don't know what word to use. It's something like that. But again, folks, as Jay and I were talking about earlier, it will come down to either Harley Camwell Nightingale Tony Storm and Mina Shirakawa, and Megan Bailey and Shafir. Hardcore Holiday Death Match will determine the right side of the bracket and our finals for the AEW Women's Tag Team Championship Tournament to crown the inaugural Tag Team Champion. Stay tuned for more of that here.
All
And
I
right now,
know
we have
is,
Ricochet.
regardless of who from the other side of the bracket enters to go against Willow,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna have at least two
Oh!
baby mamas fighting each other in the finals. So
You realize you're gonna have to pick a side, right? If that happens.
yes, and that sucks, but it is what it is.
You can't play both sides, JJ.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
Oh! You freaking Jerry the King Lawler
You
sellout.
go to Vegas, you put money on one at one casino,
Oh,
you
here
go
we
next door to the other casino, you put money on the other one. Either way, you win. And you get to watch the match.
But you still lose.
Because I'm guaranteed to get Willow, a future baby mama of mine. And then I either get Megan Bain or Mina Shirakawa,
Ay.
a future baby mama of mine.
All I gotta say is Mina does make me happy. And seeing fragile
Who
Mina,
makes you happier, though? Mina or Allie?
it depends. There's different forms of happiness with them. Laura Denise right now is doing incredible things for Chainsaw Girls podcast and also doing good for herself. And I'm happy to see that when she was in a negative state. While Mina Shirakawa brings an absolutely incredible amount of energy and strong spirit in the ring that I've followed since Stardom. She used to be a model. And of course, as part of actress wrestling, as her and Saya Kamatani came in with Tam Nakano. Whoa! And Michael Hayes just pushed Ricochet down. I want to see Ricochet get brand with a guitar. That would just be so awesome. Aubrey Evans keeping the peace.
So your brand new inaugural, not even a week old champion just got punked out by a country music superstar.
To be fair, it's Ricochet. How many people have not been punked out by this not wrestler, JJ? I'm just
fair, but I'm just saying, like, you need to install some prestige to that championship. Getting punked out by a country music star less than a week into your reign ain't a good look.
I agree.
Now, if you want to save that for the pay-per-view, okay, maybe. At least you're a couple weeks in. It's a big show. People are paying money to see it.
Good Lord.
It's not free television. It's not free television on a holiday where they're probably not getting a whole lot of people watching it like they normally would.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's a bad look, I think. Maybe it's nitpicky, but
no, I mean, it's justified, though, nitpicking. It's like, friggin' sample platter here. I mean, look at this friggin' gaggle of oddities and greats. Friggin' Don Callis family.
Oddities and greats is definitely a good way to describe these because you've got RPG Vice next to Takeshita and Okada.
And Kyle Fletcher and Mark Davis. And
I don't
then
see
you have
Fletcher
Josh
there.
Alexander. Kyle Fletcher's in the back.
Oh, there he is. He's kind of hiding behind Callis. I couldn't really see him there. The shine off Callis's head blocked Fletcher.
I mean, I'm about to say that head could be literally looked at from space versus someone's Christmas lights. Of course, Don Callis family are $1 million richer as well after winning that $1 million trios match. Thankful to be in the Kondo Classic. I'm thankful for this family. Oh, that was nice by Konosuke. Of course, Konosuke was the first member of the Don Callis family. I'm thankful for that. I don't have to team with the Ketchka. Oh. When this match happens.
I'm telling you, bro, that's the finals.
Ejected in my veins, JJ! Anyway, the Callis family once again have their own internal family feud. As we move into singles action now with Eddie Kingston and Katsuyori Shibata. Again, give me this match. Stop it. Give me this match. I cannot wait for this. Katsuyori Shibata, 1/3 of the off, still AEW World Trios champions alongside, of course, the new AEW Men's World Champion, Samoa Joe. And, of course, we saw now Hangman Page and Swerve Strickland are working as a duo. That might be the most dangerously full duo in AEW history. And of course, Eddie Kings then stopped Katsuyori Shibata getting involved in that steel cage match at Full Gear. And he and Kings have a long history. If you look at both these men, at one point they respected one another and had a singles match at Wrestle Dream. Katsuyori Shibata as a heel, though, that's just freaking awesome. And I know Eddie Kingston is still furious what Hook did, but he probably understands what Hook did as well. I mean, it's not the first time a man from the streets got betrayed. And immediately before the bell rings, the fight's on here on the entranceway. I knew that this was not going to be just a downright clean, pure match, despite the fact Country Bob from a Ring of Honor Pure Champion. I knew this was going to be a fight. All the way outside and driving Kingston's elbow in the barricade. Kingston, of course, coming back from the double knee replacement surgery that kept him out since last year, May. And Kingston already down to one knee. And is Shibata using the top covering of the barricade like a weapon? Well, I guess Telly the bell, didn't ring. So I guess, you can't disqualify the man. But still, I'm not sure how effective that is either. Try to use that chair now. And again, able to stop it. Now Shibata giving Kingston a seat. Now, I know you have a long-term history when it comes to Eddie Kingston. Oh! Eddie Kingston, JJ, and your feelings towards him. Of course, inaugural Continental Classic champion here. But, I mean, you look at the attitudes right now that both men displayed. And you see what Eddie Kingston's been displaying since being part of AEW. It's kind of been night and day.
Yeah.
Trying to get back in the ring.
I'm still trying to get used to seeing Shibata as a heel.
Right?
He kind of struck me as a Steamboat-esque type of wrestler. Like, I never thought I would see him as a heel.
Right.
So this is different for me.
Makes me wonder if his style is going to be different. Bell rings, officially underway. Now this match officially underway. Rising knee strike. I never thought I'd see Shibata in the ring again after what happened to Sakura Genesis. So I'm just going for that. Butterfly suplex. Double underhook. Kingston looking for the cover. Hook of the leg. And Rick Knox gets a 2 count. Of course, it was Cook who betrayed Eddie Kingston and Hangman Page. An inside job the whole time. Samoa Joe, the mastermind of it all. In a way, I'm not really surprised considering how Taz introduced Samoa Joe and vice versa in TNA.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we'll be covering Ring of Honor Final Battle next week, Friday, JJ, along with Diamond and Collision as the Continental Classic continues. Stay tuned for more on that, folks. As of course, we keep you up with all the wrestling heading into the holiday season. Shibata right now just literally playing the crowd.
You're going to have a serious choice you have to make, sir, because next week is Final Battle and Final Resolution on the same day.
I'll see what both the women's and the men's World Championship matches are and go from there. I got my men's world and my women's World Championship matches for Ring of Honor. Both of them are very pleasing to me. Let's see if TNA can do the same. And right now, the Snapmare, not the first time I bid for choice, red pill, blue pill like the Matrix. Now Shibata going after the wrist and the arm, almost a modified double wrist lock here.
And it's a GCW show, so James can't do lead on either one. He's going to be doing GCW.
Of course, Ryan, and you have been taking the leads on GCW, JCW. That has been definitely bringing all the stops this year. As we
yes, and a huge shout out to the new GCW champion Atticus Coder, who defeated Effie at the Dream On show on the 22nd.
Impressive. Shotzi Blackheart, new House of Glory Women's Champion, by the way, beating Indy Hartwell. Congratulations to her. And again, Shibata right now just putting the boots towards Eddie Kingston. Systematic dissection by the wrestler, as only he can. Again, right now, going back after the arm, the double wrist lock applied, modified Kimura here. And of course, right now, Shibata's been focusing in on the arm and wrist of Eddie Kingston. Possibly trying to charge into Jujikatami, cross arm breaker. Eddie Kingston with the roll through, though. King's Row discipline, by the way, for Eddie Kingston. Why, of course, Kazuya Shibata, son of Inokiism, discipline in New Japan Pro Wrestling. And of course, the Lion Mark and the Strong Style, former Neverweight champion. Shot below the belt. Big sharp elbow strike here. And again, been learning to stretch the rules. Still doesn't break them, though. But you definitely see Katsuyori Shibata with a bit more attitude in his style. Of course, anyone aligned with Samoa Joe develops a whole new attitude.
This is also fair, but Eddie Kingston knows that attitude well as he's traveled the roads with Joe going back to their ROH days.
And of course, Eddie Kingston dominated right now in the proceedings here by Katsuyori Shibata. Shibata pretty much presses the daisy. Can the wrestler put down the Mad King? Stay tuned after this commercial break. Fuck television. It's one of those things, though, also where I'm like, why would Samoa Joe piss off one of the most damnedest men in AEW and the most dangerous man in AEW that took the men's world championship from him? Now he's got both of them on the same page. This is crazy what Jay White did with freaking Okada and Tanahashi. That's a dangerous combination, JJ.
It is, but if anybody can handle it, Joe can handle it.
Well, he does have the ops right now in his corner and freaking backup. Katsuyori Shibata, Powerhouse Hobbs. That's a hell of a lot of muscle and strength. And again, folks, still to come tonight, Continental Classic action will continue. We also have Fekla versus Ty Mello. Of course, Fekla, part of the Triangle of Madness, now the sister eliminated from this tournament. You know they're going to be coming back here for a message, proving how they're going to make this division absolutely toxic. Of course, Ty Mello, Ty J was eliminated in the opening rounds of the AEW Women's Tag Team Tournament. And still to come in Continental Classic action, our main event as the Alpha Kenozi Takeshita goes one-on-one with Roderick Strong. And again, JJ, these are both these men's first ever Continental Classic.
Yep,
And
so you
first
know they're
one
going to be looking to prove points.
Yeah, there's no denying that. And you're good, bro. All right, well, as a moment to breathe here, folks, again, I want to thank you all for tuning into us if you have so far during the proceeding here. I hope everyone's had a wonderful Thanksgiving if you celebrated it. If you can, talk about what you're grateful for, what you're thankful for. If you don't celebrate the holiday, show an attitude of gratitude. Think about what is good in this world, what is good for you, what is good to you. I'm personally thankful for professional wrestling, my family, my health, the way I'm able to literally do this on a virtual daily basis with great friends. And overall, I think I'm just thankful to literally see the day, for tomorrow, as good old JR says, is never a guarantee. And I hope that you all can appreciate the simplest things that are offered to you and given to you in life. Each day you wake up out of bed, see the sun shine, and you can say good morning. With that being said, we got a momentary commercial break here. Again, please like, subscribe, comment, and tell a friend. I would like to remind you to follow the friends here of the Simple Alpha Studios, your one-stop spot for all professional wrestling coverage. Don't be a dickhead. Subscribe today. Bad for Wrestling. Shut up. Please follow Ash at ShadowbackAsh. Also, Batty for Wrestling. Again, a great friend, New Japan Pro Wrestling and pop culture. And of course, our Mighty Morphin Pink Power Ranger, Dattila. Follow her when it's wrestling time at Rangers of Wrestling. There you see the social medias right there as she talks about Power Rangers, professional wrestling. She will also be going this weekend to Survivor Series. Follow James Hebert, the man that never seems to stop editing, does really cool dumb things on the internet. Follow Jay Hebert, Side 95, and follow his uncle's documentary, The Greatest Coach You Never Heard of, Gifts from God, The Presence of Greatness, the story of Gary Hebert, a legend of hockey. Of course, Walter Cruz right now is enjoying Thanksgiving, but follow the Rage of Wrestling. Walter Cruz, get it, got it, but as Princess, La Princess, I've told you. Again, follow the Rage of Wrestling, Walter Cruz. And you just saw him a moment ago. He'll be back here momentarily. Follow the Renegade Wrestling, J.J. Williams, of course. As, of course, the Renegade Wrestling, J.J. Williams has plenty to bring you here in gifts and cheer for the holiday season, including more retro movie watch-along reviews, as well as stories that a song can tell. Katsuyori Shibata almost caught with a low blow. Rick Knox admonishing him, though. It looked like a real blow, but it did not get thrown out. Again, stretching the rules to the max. We are back here at AEW Thanksgiving Collision for this one-on-one grudge match. And the Kings are taking advantage and hits Shibata with a DDT. Cover Kingston and got him. Wow, that was sudden. And of course, Katsuyori Shibata has been dropped on his head on numerous occasions these last few weeks. An impact DDT by Eddie Kingston gives him the win tonight over 1/3 of the AEW Trios champions, getting his fair dose of revenge. Taking out Katsuyori Shibata. Hit the snake rub, as I always said, only takes one. Eddie Kingston just proved that tonight, dropping the wrestler. Hook is still my boy. He made a decision in life you got to deal with. He did. Now I got to pay with Heyman and Swerve. Respect. And not me, hopefully. You know what's crazy? I don't want to accept that, though. And when we come at you, so we'll do that. Uh-oh. I don't want to say that, though, because I don't think I deserve it. I'm not doing it for chance or any other shit. It's just me. I don't get to get carried over. I'm not a fucking actor. I am pro wrestling. And that's why. You say, let me. Nope. Nah, fuck that. I love you because you guys love wrestling. Respect. Say what you want about the kids then, but he keeps it real, 100% legit.
Check.
Robot. I wake up every day and not know if I'm going to live or die because who knows what's going up here. This is not for you to chant for me. Or go to Twitter. By the way, fuck Twitter. I agree. I don't do that for that. I do that because there's a little kid around here who loves pro wrestling and getting inspired to be in this business. That's why we do it. But then I look at Samoa Joe, someone who I once idolized, someone had one of the greatest championship runs at Ring of Honor, to JJ's point. And now I see what Joe is doing with the Ops. And I see he's going to be hooked down the wrong path. But you know what? Before Joe can hook, before Joe can come out and say he's real AEW World Champion, Samoa Joe, look at me in the eyes. Cameraman, zoom into your jaw. Thank you very much. Joe has not too much for the 8 knee injury. Wow. Winter's coming. Do me a favor and don't be a motherfucking weekday bitch and defend the title against me. Whoa! Eddie Kingston preaching the gospel of wrestling that has kept him alive and kicking when he's got nothing else in this world, calling out the men's AEW World Champion for a title shot at Winter is Coming. You did talk about before how long the history goes back with Samoa Joe and Eddie Kingston, JJ, and he literally echoed your words.
I still about it.
And of course, this Thanksgiving edition of AEW Collision, of course, continues here.
Check.
But right now, let's hear from the former Ring of Honor Women's Television Champion, Red Velvet.
Check. Can you hear me?
That day, your big one. Put up a great fight. 13 belts. 114. I guess. But I guess 13 wasn't so lucky, was it? I've been watching you real close. The only reason you beat me? It's because you found an opening. And you took it. So congratulations. But if I know anything about you, it's that you're a fighting champion. And so was I. And last time I checked, I've never seen a Ring of Honor. So final battle. I want my rematch. Red Velvet calling out the brand new Ring of Honor Women's World Television Champion for her rematch at Final Battle. It is official. Mercedes Monet will defend the gold she took from Red Velvet. These two are going to stir it up again at Ring of Honor Final Battle next week Friday from GalaxyCon. And Silicon tonight, our main event as Kenosi Takeshita goes one-on-one with Roderick Strong in the Continental Classic for the Blue League. But coming up next, Thekla gets toxic with Ty Mello. The women fight when we come back to AEW Collision Thanksgiving. Fuck television. God damn. Again, Eddie Kingston damn sure keeps it real. There is no denying that, folks. Again, let's go ahead and see what y'all say real quick. I'm grateful for my family, my friends, professional wrestling and wrestling fans. Respect. Again, Eddie Kingston literally says he eats, sleeps, lives, and breathes professional wrestling. He has nothing else to live for. He wakes every day because he doesn't know what's going on in the head. He lives for this to inspire those young folks that are in that audience to one day proceed to be in the business like he is, and calling out Samoa Joe not being the teacher that Hook needs, setting him down the wrong path, but wants you to prove how real he is, calling him out for a world championship match at Winter is Coming. Dang. Would you like to say something?
Something?
Okay, that's a little bit. All right. So, again, we heard it.
I didn't want to shout it, and then you'd be like, "You're still robotic." Ow, my
not-
ears.
Well, I'm not going to do that to you. Besides, I'm a professional. I do things privately. That being said, JJ, what are your takeaways from Eddie Kingston's shoot promo? That wasn't a work, bro. That was straight from the heart, and that was straight to the champ.
My question is where the fuck was this Eddie Kingston 20 years ago? I probably wouldn't hate the motherfucker the way I do if this Eddie Kingston existed 20 years ago.
Right? You're about to say you had a personal vendetta against him. Part
Shit.
of me, look at Charles' comment here. Part of me would want A to win the AEW World Championship, but Joe shouldn't lose the belt at all until MJF returns. Well, speaking of World's End, it was World's End 2023 where Samoa Joe ended MJF's world. And we know the devil is coming.
Yeah, I still think history is going to repeat itself, but in reverse.
2 years later.
Mm-hmm.
We'll find out if you're right soon enough. And of course, Tony Khan has yet to make that match official. But again, folks, it is official. It is part of the Continental Classic. I will send you those graphics, by the way, for this. We are coming. Winter is coming. So stay tuned for that from Atlanta, Georgia. And that will be December 10th as the holiday season moves forward. And speaking of the holiday season, as I talked about earlier, we will be covering, of course, Ring of Honor Final Battle. And it looks like it's been made official. Red Velvet has cashed in her rematch clause to challenge Mercedes Moné back for her Ring of Honor Women's World Television Championship. What are you thinking, bro?
Do you think we get a Steen appearance here? Think about it. He debuted at Winter is Coming.
That is true.
And Winter is Coming is going to be in WCW territory.
You're absolutely right. And Darby Allin could be in action that night. But again, no seconds at ringside. But he could be there supporting his boy and maybe supporting him in a backstage interview. I wouldn't rule it out. But again, I think it's safe to say after the baseball bat pass, he's retired. And why AEW has turned the world upside down when it comes to what professional wrestling can be, violent, beautiful, and crazy. Here comes the Toxic Spider coming forward to the ring as we get ready for women's action here on Collision.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have to get involved in the match. He can come out after the match is over. You know, let's say Darby loses and gets a post-match beatdown. Steen can come out for the save. You know, just a nice little holiday gift to the fans in Atlanta.
I can see that considering where we are. And of course, Greensboro, of course, another stomping ground of WCW. But I don't think there's no nice gifts that Thekla wants to bring to Ty Mello or this AEW women's division as she vows to make sure that this division is fully toxic with her madness. And of course, Thekla was part of the winning side of Blood and Guts, but of course, lost against Jamie Hayter at Wrestle Dream, handed her first singles loss in her AEW career. I would say, JJ, that Thekla has been one of the quickest, I would say, adaptive wrestlers to come across from Japan to transcend here in America at AEW. She has been running roughshod here. One of the most bizarre.
That's probably fair. I mean, would you say more so than Hikaru Shida?
Well, considering the short span, of course, she is still dealing with visa issues, by the way. Former AEW Women's World Champion. I would say Hikaru Shida, though, had more time to grow. But I would say yes, because considering Fickle's only been involved here since May, as Ty Mello's back here. And of course, it's great seeing Ty Mello. She was unsure she would be back in the ring again since being a mother. Wasn't sure she could still do this anymore. And of course, Ty J had their chance to become the AEW Women's Tag Team Champions, but lost in the opening round. Both these women right now are looking for a reset, as of course, Stat Daddy's waiting to see who steps up next. Referee might pause it for this contest. Bell reigns were underway. And of course, Chris Statlander, as I echoed, and JJ, you don't have to say I was right because, again, I respect you, as I'm sure you respect me. But Chris Statlander is still the AEW Women's World Champion, as she is the first and only woman now to not only hold the TBS and Women's World title, but be both Mercedes Moné and Timeless Toni Storm in the same calendar year for the same implication.
Look, I'm going to forever give you crap about Stat. You know that. Just like you're going to forever give me crap about Chase U and Thea Hale.
And much more.
But I am glad that Stat retained. I did not want Mercedes to win. But when it comes to predictions, it's kind of hard to bet against Mercedes.
And right now, Ty Mello trying to strike it rich, possibly with a New Year's resolution towards the AEW Women's World Championship that she hasn't, of course, challenged for since Undertaker DMD at Full Gear a few years ago. Nice back kick there by Ty Mello. Of course, multiple back blue belt jiu-jitsu, the cover, and a 2 count. Fekla able to kick out, and Fekla, of course, one chance at the AEW Women's World Championship of her career in that fatal 4-way at AEW All Out.
Look, I know Ty Mello is not the most seasoned wrestler, but she looks like she's literally walking through the motions. Like she is moving so slow with some of those moves in the covers.
Yeah, I'm about to say deep grip here right now and literally grounding the Toxic Spider. And again, I think Ty Mello is also just trying to figure out what do you do next. You think about how Ty Mello and Anna Jay, they had this goal. They had this mission. They wanted to become the inaugurated women's tag team champions. They were the first women's team of AEW, and they lost the opening round. So I know Ty Mello is not in the right mindset here. You kind of can tell in her entrance. She's trying to pretty much just brush it off.
All I could tell by her entrance was that the cameraman likes shooting her from behind.
Fekla right now, spilling Ty Mello on the entrance way. Of course, Fekla, like I said, only one singles loss in her young AEW career. Might pose the employing both to get back inside the ring here. I'm not sure if countout would actually mean anything to these two ladies. A snap German on the entrance. Big suplex there by the Toxic Spider. Former, of course, Goddess of Stardom Tag Team Champion, SWA Undisputed Champion for the Wonder Ring Star promotion. Is Fekla about to inject venom into Ty Mello's veins? Stay tuned for television. It's got a commercial break. It's also one of those things where I'm just looking at the women's division and Chris Statler talking about we either look at the past, stay in the present, or we shoot towards the future. The future is wide open now for Chris Statlander to lead this division and push herself and it to new limits. Again, she beat pretty much what people would call, you included, I'm sure, the marquees, the headliners of the women's division. Now it's a whole open world bucket. She's challenged anybody from any company to step forward to her. And I already got a big list between Pro Wrestling Eve and AEW. Might I add, she is still the Pro Wrestling Eve International Champion, successfully retaining that in a fatal 4-way. Shout out to David, Dan, and Amanda, of course, for all the work they do with the Pro Wrestling Eve promotion. Gotta cover that at some point here. I love that shit. Anyway, but what do you think about Fekla? Talk about Ty Mello. What do you think Fekla right now mindset is technically? Because the Triangle of Madness eliminated from the AEW Women's Tag Team Championship tournament, and Fekla, Sky Blue, and Julia Hart right now are looking at the outside when it comes to any sort of championship contendency here. So what do you think Fekla is trying to do here?
I think Thekla is trying to reestablish the Triangle of Terror here. You know, her stable mates took the L. She's got to prove that they're still a dominant force here. That's why they gave her Ty Mello. Yeah, you know, Ty Mello is expendable, unfortunately.
Ouch, JJ. Ouch.
I'm not trying to be mean, but a victory over Ty Mello honestly does nothing for Thekla. except proving that she can still be a dominant force.
And what if Carmella gets a surprise upset roll up?
If
Yes, if.
Then that's a big deal for them. But
Yeah.
but it does Thekla no advantages to beat her, just to cripple her.
Well, maybe that's what Thekla wants to do. You said send a message. Maybe you don't beat your opponent. Maybe you try and injure them. You figure about the wars that her and Queen Amanada had in their trios of singles matches, and Queen Amanada is still out injured. The reason that, of course, she wasn't involved in Blood and Guts was because of what happened to her during those wars with Thekla. That didn't add to the exaggerated neck and shoulder injuries she's been dealing with the duration of this year. And yes, of course, as we say here at Cinema Studios, fuck television for life. And also, might I add to JJ's point, the Triangle of Madness, all 3 members right now, critical need of a reset. As of course, we wait right now for AEW to be back soon on HBO Max, as I got my Bald Ross ASMR drop screen as always here. This doesn't relax me. It kind of annoys me, but I guess it's better than looking at a commercial. And we're back inside the ring here with Carmella and Thekla. It might be a testament of strong spirits. Big elbow strike by Carmella, clocking Thekla. And of course, Thekla, she likes getting hit hard. Of course, anyone that's fought in Japan knows what it means to deliver a strong offense. Swinging the mitts right now. Says, come on, bring it! And turning somehow sideways with that stiff shot.
But you see what I mean? Like, she barely swung there.
And you're, well, Carmella now. Uh-oh, she's squaring up. She said, come on, try me, girl. Ty's going to try now.
Oh, shit. Whenever a woman puts her hair into a ponytail, you know it's about to get serious.
Well, considering she also has, like I said, a blue belt Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I'm going for judokan, I'm about to say. She's got to get serious here. Oh!
But the ponytail came right out, so.
And she got clocked. That might be a knockout blow, and Thekla might be ready to trap Carmella in her web. There's the death trap. Death trap is cinched in. Carmella might literally be unconscious. And I don't think Carmella's responding, JJ.
No. She got knocked down, but will she get up again?
Yep. Nearly reversing the pressure of that.
Apparently, you'll never keep her down.
Grazing blast and a thrust kick follow-up. Not coming right. Uh-oh. And Thekla creating distance. Possibly, potentially looking for that toxic spear. The unorthodox offense of Thekla right now, squaring in on her target. Whoa, man! That's a little jumping knee, the counter, 2 back press, kick out by Thekla. Woof. Sudden impact. You see Carmella right now, almost split ends. Couldn't believe she didn't put Thekla away with that. Gotta stay on the advantage, though. Potts looking for the gut-style pile driver. Shades before my King of Pancras. Marosa. Suki! And she planted her way with the cover. Hook on both legs. No! Great resilience being shown here by Thekla. I thought that was it, personally. Mendoza has put a plethora of men down with that gut-style pile driver. Now Potts looking for the gory into the knee, the tie KO. Thekla, though, stopping on the foot, on the ankle, excuse me. That's one way to break that gory hold. Great escape there. Tying up the hamstring. Nice leg kick there by the Toxic Spider.
Oof.
Mitchell's escape. Follow up. The Toxic Spear connects. Cutting Carmella in half. And Thekla with the curb stop. Into the cover. Hook of the leg. And Thekla with a toxic win.
Ow. The itis is real, people.
KO.
Told you.
My KO here in a moment. Welcome back, Walter. You just missed Thekla stopping Carmella's face in the AEW logo.
No, I'm watching it. I'm a little behind you. I just saw the stop.
A hell of a matchup, though, JJ. As both women, like I said before, looking for a reset here. And you see the Sisters of Sin joining Thekla in the ring at the Triangle of Madness, looking to regroup.
Dude, I found Carmen Sandiego.
In the audience, right?
Yeah. Did you see her with the red coat and the red hat?
Yeah.
Okay,
I saw her.
see it. Right now, I'm seeing a 3-on-1 beatdown on
See her there?
Carmella, though.
Music is coming. Is that Hater?
That's a hater. That's Jamie Hater, all right.
You see her now, Noah?
Yes, I see Jamie Hater.
No, I mean Carmen Sandiego.
Yeah, I see her. She's more visible than Waldo. That's nice. I don't care. Haters in the ring. I'm a hater. And Jamie Hater right now coming to MLJ, but
Is she dressed like San Diego for like a Tony Storm thing?
I don't know, man. AEW, people can actually show their own personality, unlike other places in the audience, all right?
Statins, where's that?
Damn fucking right, here comes the AEW World Champion! And of course, Chris Statlander and Jamie Hater are on the same team in Blood and Guts. Jamie Hater, previous challenger, of course, to Chris Statlander, Stat Daddy, where it's at on Saturday night, as the Triangle of Madness has been restrained for now from further assault.
Oh, shit. Look what's next.
I'm about to say, Time Mellow, though. Game effort. And to Walter's point, we conclude Thanksgiving Collision with all of you, and thank you for tuning in. It is time for our main event as the Continental Classic continues. After this commercial break, it's Kenote the Cash Cow versus Roderick Strong in the Blue Wave for the first time ever one-on-one.
It's Kenosha. It's what you do after Thanksgiving dinner. You take a shit off.
Oh, for the love of Pete, Walter, you fucking idiot. I'm surrounded by idiots here, folks. That's all right. I'm used to it. Someone has to be the professional on this screen as we get ready for our main event. All I know is Thekla and freaking Triangle Madness versus Chris Statlander, Ty Mello, and Jamie Hater. I'm for it. Trios match. Book it. Book it, Tony Khan.
Look, Noah, you have to admit, as professional as you are, if we were all as straight-laced as you, this channel would be dull as hell.
Yeah, it would be pretty simple. I wouldn't expect anything less. I'm the contrast to y'all's madness.
Exactly. It's the madness that keeps people coming back and entertained.
Not everyone their own. I just care about what I see in
and
that
it's
ring.
the way that you deal with the madness that keeps everybody entertained.
Yeah, well, I got a long leash. You're lucky. That being said, we're on a full commercial break as we wait for
Not with Nick on that shenanigans. That was funny.
Like I said, I have a tolerance level for stupidity, but if you push it, I'm going to let you know, and I don't care if I pull any punches. You don't get artificial with me. You get as real gets. You either deal with it or you fuck off with it. That being said, the Continental Class is about to be ahead. Coming up next here, folks, our main event, first number one matchup. The Catch Gun Roderick Strong. First time ever one-on-one, and first time ever both men have been involved in the Continental Classic here. Again, the rules for those that are just now tuning in, what we are doing, we are covering this round of tournament in its entirety. Each match 20 minutes long. Maximum 3 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, and everyone is banned from ringside. If anyone gets involved, they are banned from AEW. I love that shit. Freaking tournament integrity for once. Damn it. Anyway, yeah, Thekla is awesome, by the way. I've been a fan of that crazy Austrian since she showed up part of Donald Del Mondo in freaking Stardom alongside Julia, Mai Sakurai, and of course, Natsupoi. And who was the other member? Oh, yeah, the Jumbo Princess Maka. Part of that begin. So wouldn't expect anything less from that guy. And Charles saying Walter is not wrong. Well, of course, Charles is going to say that both of you guys are right. He's as screwed up as you two. Anyway, commercial break right now as we're just waiting for a main event. Folks, again, please subscribe, comment, tell a friend. We'll be back tomorrow night with Survivor Series, simply predicting 10:30 Standard Time. Coverage of Survivor Series the following night. Saturday shenanigans, of course, afterwards. And then we'll be back here next with more Continental Classic coverage, as well as Ring of Honor, Final Battle, and so much more. So stay tuned as, of course, we bring you into the holiday season and the final month of the year. I cannot believe next week we're going to be in December. What the hell?
Yo, where did time go?
I don't know, man. Speaking of time, it's main event time on Thanksgiving Collision.
Here comes the Alpha, Konosuke Takeshita.
Catch up for those that actually understand how to say his name.
I know how to say his name.
I know, but I'm going to give you guys slack as much as I fucking can. Kenote the Catch got current IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, of course. And, of course, already knows how to win a Robert tournament. This year's winner of the G1 Climax.
I want the remote from Click and fast forward to the finals because I know what it's going to be. And I want it, damn it.
I really hope you're wrong, just so I can make you both eat crow to show you that it's not that damn predictable. But that being said, Kenoza the Cat gets trying to do what Okada couldn't do in the other league, win 3 points, and go up there to be tied with John Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli.
Look,
And
if
of course,
Takeshita wins, he'd be the first person to win the G1 and the C2 in the same year.
that would be correct. You'd make history.
That's all the more reason why I think Tony will make that the final.
Yeah, well, the last time you went with a historical stat, it bit you in the ass. But we'll see. Let's wait for the Messiah, the Backbreaker, Roderick Strong. Wow, that's a straight time.
Roger Strong ain't no slouch either.
Well, I'm about to say, the Messiah, the Backbreaker, and former, of course, multiple-time tag team champion in Ring of Honor, and, of course, NXT, and I believe a former Ring of Honor world champion and former AEW international champion. Those are the Titantron, by the way, guys. That's not Paragon. That's just straight-up Roderick Strong. He's in this for himself. Of course, Don Kaz is on commentary, but Don Kaz knows he cannot get involved in this, or he risks getting banned from All Elite Wrestling. Although, would that be a bad thing? I'm just saying.
That wouldn't be a bad thing for us.
Actually, it would be. It would be a bad thing because there's a lot of people under the Don Callis umbrella that cannot cut promos.
You're
And
right.
Don Callis serves that as a manager.
Yeah,
One of the
that's
things
true.
a manager is supposed to do is get their talent over.
He's got something important to say, JJ, apparently. Those game Roderick Strong tied up in the ropes right now. Let's see if we get a clean break here. And so far,
Don Callis and his dysfunctional family, because it's about to go upside on him.
Well, I'm about to say, his two greatest agents, his greatest assets, his greatest, most accomplished members might come to blows and both might leave him. He might be forced to make a choice. Then again, not the first time he literally screwdrivered somebody in the head. Kenosuke right now with the Greco-Roman knuckle hold, driving Roderick Strong down to the canvas. Roderick Strong, former Ring of Honor World Television Champion 2 times over, former Ring of Honor World Champion, and former, of course, as I said,
My God, that was a nice trip to the switch to the submission. That was nice.
NXT North American Champion. You're going to talk about again, Walter, your craft, traditional wrestling. You love that shit. And you're definitely going to see that Roderick Strong, where he might have to work over more than just the back of the alpha here.
Well, it's been told to me through very reliable sources that Roderick Strong trained for 3 weeks at Miyagi's dojo, so he knows how to sweep the leg.
Roderick Strong right now, of course, first time ever involved in the Continental Classic here, and a first time ever one-on-one matchup with Konosuke Takeshita, despite how many times these men have shared the ring in trios matches and the Casino Gauntlet matches. Roderick Strong bringing Konosuke down with the side headlock. Takeshita, though, might have the leverage advantage here. Tell the tip, Takeshita might have more of a strength advantage over the Messiah, the Backbreaker.
Yeah, you keep Takeshita grounded. He can't do that strong style offense, though. So this is smart by Strong.
And waist lock applied here. Of course, Takeshita did beat Zack Sabre Jr. to win the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, though, at King of Pro Wrestling. Domino stretch attempt here and tossed off.
Don't remind Ashley.
I was going to say, I know that was a sad day for our Canadian friend, Ash.
Well, look, Ashley is, she's a strong spirit. She'll be fine. And right now, Zack Sabre Jr. is working with Lehigh Oiwa during the World Tag League, so there's still a chance that the bloody front man might be part of Wrestle Kingdom 20. And right now, both men tied up in the ropes. Referee Stephon Smith trying to force a clean break here. And of course, Kenosuke Takeshita, he wants to make Okada eat crow that he won in his first match. What?
Takeshita went flying with that damn clothesline.
And now Konosuke falling in with the forearm smash here. And people consider the one about Collision versus Dynamite. It's the Continental Classic. The fifth round of tournament takes place across both shows. And the Konosuke Takeshita is in the main event, while Okada was in the opener.
It's not where you wrestle, it's the quality you show when you're in there. That's what matters.
Exactly, especially in these round-robin tournament situations.
I just want a great match. I don't give a damn what the banner on the outside of the ring says.
I can give a fuck where you are and where you are on the card and what the banner says. Just give me a great competitive contest when it's supposed to imply that. And the Continental Classic implies that in spades. Roderick Strong right now with the 9-finish chop. Both these men, first time ever involved in this tournament. Third annual Continental Classic. First one won by Eddie Kingston. And of course, last year won by Kazuchika Okada.
He tried to do an abdominal stretch, but Takesha fell.
Well, maybe that works to Roderick Strong's advantage here because he might have more leverage considering he's down towards his level as he just got back elbowed. Okay, favoring the small of his back. And speaking of next week, Continental Classic action, Kazuchika Okada will take on the Bastet Pac, a rematch from Dynasty earlier this year when they fought over the AEW Continental Championship.
Ooh, the outside is not safe for Takesha.
I'm about to say, nothing out there is safe for wrestling the outside. And Clark Casanova will go one-on-one with Jon Moxley. And Roderick Strong hoisting up Konosuke for that bat drop suplex to the bat breaker on the barricade. And Konosuke reversing though, and the blue thunderbomb on the barricade.
Dude, his neck.
Damn.
Bro, his neck hit that.
And Hardy.
That's a commercial spot.
And Roderick Strong's chance in this match. We got a commercial break. Fuck television. Good grief.
See, so he's not even going to win the match with the Blue Thunder Bomb here.
Well, at least the Blue Thunder Bomb was used for actual defense and offense here, JJ. That was nasty. Again,
Dude, that was nasty. That was his neck and his back of his head. That was ugh.
Gotta say, that was nasty right there. And again, Roderick Strong, you gotta imagine if Kyle O'Reilly wasn't injured, I almost wonder if Kyle O'Reilly would be put in this spot because Kyle O'Reilly wanted to be involved in this year's Continental Classic tournament. And that probably Roderick Strong even more, despite the fact is. And we gotta consider also Roderick Strong's in the same block as Jon Moxley. I'm just saying. As of course, we got a full commercial break here. Again, here is our field. We know again. Those are the catch Roderick Strong debut, Orange Cassidy, Mascarada debut. Crockett's been in every Continental Classic. Jon Moxley's in his second. My Darby Allin, of course, is in his second. Steel My Belly and Kevin Knight are in their first, along with Pac, who's in his first. Kazuchika Okada and Kyle Fletcher are also in their second. The thing about round robin tournaments that I also love, they're a test of endurance because you gotta continually compete to move forward. You gotta continually keep your foot on the gas. You gotta keep racking out wins. But you also gotta avoid being injured. And while it's not like a month-long tournament, it's still pretty darn long here. Well, anyway, again, that's Walter right now dealing with the itis, and JJ is chilling from his Christmas abode. Everyone's had a great Thanksgiving as you all wrap up along with us. And if you're talking about AEW, you're more than happy to be that. But again, give it a chance and just try and enjoy life and enjoy wrestling. You'll live better.
I can't wait for the Moxley Claudia. I just want to see if they're gonna shake their hands. What are they gonna do? Like, you notice they've been avoiding. They haven't even talked about it.
No, they haven't. I would argue that this could be the first match that goes to a 20-minute draw in this year's tournament. Legit.
Yeah, I didn't even think about the time limit draw as an option.
It did happen. Jon Moxley's first run, he got 14-0-1 due to a draw in one of his matches. So just saying, it can happen. Don't count it out.
Nah.
And again, we're on commercials. I don't think I said it, but if I did, I'm going to say it again because still, fuck television. Because right now I want to see what the fuck's going on here. Roderick Strong and Knossi Takeshita. And again, Don Counts has to be aware. He's got to make a decision at some point. Someone's going to get screwdrivered in the head.
You know?
On the line here.
I'm back.
Yep, and I'm back too. As we're back with Reverend Stefan Smith, our main event in the Blue League for the Continental Classic. Knossi Takeshita versus Roderick Strong off the ropes. Drop kick. And neither man wants to begin this tournament on a goose egg.
Damn, that was an Okada-esque drop kick.
Yeah, by Roderick Strong, not by Knossi Takeshita. And again, it was Okada that hit the Rainmaker on Knossi Takeshita during that CMLL World Trios Championship match at Full Gear. And both men played each other. Lion leg lariat. Ducks underneath the clothesline, and Roderick Strong runs through the alpha. Again, Roderick Strong's been pretty much at his own emotional turmoil since Adam Cole announced his indefinite departure from AEW and wrestling. Olympic Slam.
Ooh, nice.
He does that so proficiently, by the way.
Doesn't he?
I mean, Roderick Strong's one of those athletes that is just so complete in that ring. It's underappreciated, in my opinion. Like Shelton Benjamin. And yet Shelton Benjamin never became a freaking world champion. Oh! Page first, and now hooked up, possibly for a Tiger Driver. High stack two. Kicked out by Konosuke. Either transitioning possibly into the stronghold. Can't hook both legs, though. Konosuke, great awareness, though, raising his body off the mat and finding his way to the ropes to force the break. Smart move by Konosuke Takeshita, using his reach to get out of that.
He ain't trying to let him get in.
Yeah, right. Speaking of Konosuke Takeshita, his wife, Yuka Sakazaki, will be in action tomorrow night on Ring of Honor against Serena Deeb in the Ring of Honor Women's Pure Championship Tournament, where the winner will go on to face Billy Starks. Someone's ready for that move. Backbreaker denied. And again, Konosuke. Thunder Bomb cover to Dennis.
I don't know why you get excited with those covers.
Because I love that move and I want to see it actually succeed. AEW chance for the out here in Nashville, Tennessee. I almost really wonder, though, when the blue thunder bomb actually is connected by your opponent, how hard is it on the person that delivers it, considering they're falling flat on their tailbone? You can also get the catch got free in the small of his spine, JJ.
Yep.
Roderick strong right now. Slow to get back to his feet. Knows to get drive and the boot from Roderick in the corner. That range of the former champion, 5-time KOD champion, DDT Pro.
What is he doing? A front suplex, superplex?
Well, he could be going for also that Falcon arrow, the Raging Fire. He might be looking for an avalanche variation of it.
He ain't going to find it after that knee.
Or a brainbuster. That knee to the top of the head, though. Send Roderick strong for certain disaster. And a Kamiguri catching Konosuke Takeshita on the shoulder. Right now, Takeshita staggered for the moment. Perched on the top rope. And Roderick Strong,
Is he going for an avalanche sidewalk slam?
No, remember what he did at Orange Cassidy at Revolution last year? That Chicago skyline backbreaker on the turnbuckles?
Yeah.
Oh, God! And gets it, but I don't think he got all of it. Konosuke caught more of the ropes. Still a messy landing on those steel cables. Shoots the half, now the cover, lateral press, and 2 count.
Ooh, kicked out.
Take a look at the replay here, guys. Definitely a backbreaker source, but notice the back only connected with the rope. Of course, that awkward landing, though.
He used the ropes.
Yeah, exactly. It was more like his upper and lower back hit the ropes versus the entirety of his back hitting the turnbuckle. I almost wonder if that softened the impact of that move.
Probably a little bit.
Roderick Strong right now might be looking for a brainbuster of his own. And again, Konosuke the counter, hoisting up Roderick Strong. Both men right now in a stronghold, jogging for position. Jumping knee strike.
The height on that knee.
Heads with an elbow. Big boot, though, by Roderick Strong connects. Izaguri staggers the alpha. Now hoisted up on the shoulders.
He's going to go for that cut buster, isn't he?
Counting, Walter. Not going to win out, Konosuke to catch count. Once again, up in the Argentine backbreaker position. Strong by nature. Into a vicious backbreaker over the knees.
How the hell is Takeshita getting up?
And sick kick denied. Okana roll by Konosuke. Roll through wheelbarrow. German suplex from a bridge. High angle Chando.
Dude, I love when Takeshita hits that wheelbarrow German.
Perfect execution. Incredible core strength despite the damage done to his back and the wind knocked out of him. Again, a man that wrote a thesis on it and trained by Jun Akiyama in the art of it. That's good right now. Scouting Roderick Strong possibly for that power drive knee. And
that's about as close as you can come to a 3 without getting it either.
Well, he got the power drive knee, and he might be looking to hit the Raging Fire. Stop the fire, Roderick Strong. Here it comes. Raging Fire. Cover 2. The alpha on the board with 3 points.
That's gotta hurt. Takeshi got 3 points and Okada didn't.
statement made by the current IWGP World Heavyweight Champion.
I know that hurt.
Well, again, you still might be on that road to that dream match. There you see the leaderboards. John Moxley, Cosmo, Close to the Keshka start their first match with 3 points. Roderick Strong, Mascot Dorado, Orange Cassidy start with 0.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, tiebreakers are going to become very instrumental the further we go deeper into this field. Again, next week, Clark Casanova goes one-on-one with John Moxley. Kazuchika Okada goes one-on-one with the Bastard Pac. There is a holiday hardcore death match with Timeless Tony Storm and Mina Shirakawa versus Mega Man Shafir for a spot in the finals of the AEW Women's Tag Team Championship Tournament. And more to come from Fishers, Indiana, as the Continental Classic continues.
Remember, we said when we did predictions that whoever won the ability to pick the stipulation was probably going to lose the match.
And you still might be right on that point, but for right now, I'm just going to say happy wrestling and happy Thanksgiving, everybody. For Walter Cruz, for the Ranking Wrestling, J.J. Williams, I'm Noah Foster. We'll see you tomorrow night for Sidney Dickens Survivor Series. And again, make a positive impact in life and have a good night. And grateful for y'all tuning in. And God bless everybody that enjoys professional wrestling. And to those that celebrate like us, once more, happy Thanksgiving. Walter, cut the fucking feed. Oh.